Now, I'm really excited to introduce our first speaker. We're going to talk to Edimari de Leon from American Express. Edimari, what would you like our audience to know about you today?
So my name is Edimari de Leon. I'm a technology recruiting manager at American Express. My pronouns are she and her. And I'm here to share a little bit about Amex. Do you want me to just dive in? All right. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we call our colleague value proposition at American Express. And what it is what we offer to you as a colleague or someone joining the organization. So the first thing we like to highlight is our career growth and development. It's the first of the colleague value propositions. We offer a culture that is full of feedback, coffee chats, all sorts of modes for you to learn and develop, as well as provide all the tools for that. So from LinkedIn Learning to our own internal system we call Navigator, which has a ridiculous amount of training in there available, self-led, to engagements with organizations like ASE, the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement, as well as Power to Fly, but also we do a couple of courses with Harvard for leadership training and other development, and there's just a myriad of resources available. Second, I'd like to highlight our diversity, equity, and inclusion. We value the differences of our colleagues, and we're always looking for cultural adds versus cultural fits. And we feel that our differences are what shape the world and are what make the company great. And so it's not just saying we want a diverse colleague base, but it's actually putting our money where our mouth is, where we support employee resource groups, we bring speakers, we do historical civic education around issues that are happening, and we provide psychological and social support when needed en masse for our colleagues. The third thing is our culture. When I didn't recruit for Amex, I was an agency recruiter, and I would try to pull people out of Amex. And I'd say, I have so much money for you, but they never wanted to leave. And I never understood why. But now that I'm here, I really do understand. And it's, we have a culture that, emphasizes collaboration and winning as a team, and colleague and customer first. So what that means is that you can expect the same level of customer service or friendliness that you would receive in any interaction with Amex as maybe a customer with everyone you interact with at Amex. So the last thing is our total rewards and holistic well-being. We support our colleagues from a benefits perspective, benefits that are completely comprehensive and very supportive, but also throughout their entire life cycle with Amex. So from things like emergency backup daycare to emergency backup elderly care, we try to think of the entire life cycle of a colleague and what their needs might be. Our benefits are very generous, and as you might see from my photo, they include things like orthodontal, which you see I'm done with the braces as of a couple of weeks ago. And it's just part of what makes it a great place to work in American Express. The other thing I'd like to share with you, which I think are related and speak to our culture, is our blue box values. And what they are we back our customers, we make it great, we do what's right. It's the biggest, most important one for us. When you don't know what to do, you can figure out what's right. And that's what we're going to do as a company, even if it's difficult. We respect people, we embrace diversity, and we stand for inclusion. And I've mentioned this, we win as a team. And then finally, which maybe you would have thought would have come first, we support our customers. And I would add our colleagues. And we support our communities, the communities in which we work, the communities that we serve, and the communities in which we live. So with that, I will pass it to someone else, but that was my brief introduction into American Express, and I hope to see some of you guys in the engineering breakout room.
Thank you so much, Edimari. Is there anything you wanted to speak to on the second slide? I was trying to trying to listen to see when you wanted me to flip, and I think I waited a bit too long. So is there anything that you'd like to talk about from this slide?
Looking at it quickly.
Apologies for putting you on the spot. I just wanted people to be able to see the screen, since y'all,
Well, no, I'm happy to. So, I can easily kind of speak a little bit to volunteer opportunities. I'm actually looking, there's one this Friday, tomorrow, which is with the Special Olympics, where a bunch of colleagues in Phoenix are going to go host and serve food, both in the morning, I believe, but I'm channeled into the evening event, just to support and also be there as fans, which we're all really excited to do. It's my first off-campus service event that I've been doing. We also do match corporate, the not-for-profit donations that our colleagues will make. So the company will do a 100% match on whatever you're donating to a not-for-profit through our donation program. But if you also volunteer for that not-for-profit, the company will double their match. So if you're passionate about a cause, again, supporting our communities and supporting our colleagues, the company will double down on your efforts and make sure that they're receiving. So this is one of my favorites because I am a dog rescuer and I use my donations for that. Let's see. I don't want
dogs do you rescue?
So I have a Rottweiler and a pit bull. The Rottweiler was the dog I went and adopted, but the pit bull came to us because someone threw her out of a car near the dog park and she happened to find us. Jeez. So yeah, she's living her very, very best Amex life now. She even has a little t-shirt I fashioned for her. So
I absolutely love that. Thank you, Edamari, so much for sharing that with us.
All right. I use my employee discount on pet insurance actually to cover both of my dogs. So I'll leave that right in.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Okay, next we are going to talk to Armando from Waters. Now, Armando, let me see, make sure I've got you here. There you go. Yep. So I will turn the stage over to you. What would you like to share with us about Waters?
Okay, our company at a glance, it's liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry, thermal analysis, scientific equipment. That's what we make. We're one of the leaders in the industry, in the science world, figuring out solving problems with the equipment that we make. We're about $2.8 billion company. We got about 7,800 employees. We got about 35 places throughout the world that supports a lot of these products, you know, all multicultural, diversified all over the world, which is one of the reasons I really enjoy working here at TA and Water. Part of Waters is TA as well. I'm a manager here at TA, one a subdivision of Waters, Newcastle and Delaware. Have about 50 employees, assemblers and technicians that deal with producing this product, making the products. What differentiates this place, in my opinion, the employees really take a pride in what they do. They understand the impact of what they're building into the bigger community, the science community, and have solving problems, scientific problems with medicines, solutions for other industries and what we consume as consumers. The very inclusive, fostering, and diverse. We try to include a lot of different thinking, a lot of different ideas. Water has 4 global ERGs. We call employee circles. This includes the gender diversity, Pride Circle, Veteran Circle, Multicultural Circles. There's a lot of chats that happen here to kind of strengthen each other out from everybody's background. It's a multicultural circle. We try to celebrate something throughout every month, depending on the type of circle we're actively pursuing for that month. Obviously now is a Hispanic, right? Heritage Month. We continue to kind of celebrate that opportunity with the Latinx community, the roundtable with the Hispanics community, trying to foster some of the Latinx folks to participate with the CEOs, trying to empower them and encourage them and how they can grow. Um, uh, we have discussion circles that we kind of share notes, compare notes, and try to help each other out as we continue to grow in this business, right? To stay inclusive, to be diverse, and try to promote that growth in all aspects and all diversions of the company. I think it helps it because it does bring a lot of different views and ideas. You'll see how much stronger you can be when you listen to a lot of different perspectives. Uh, you get a lot more work done. You actually, it fosters a really good environment, a safe environment that you can grow in. Um, that's it's a really good place to work. I've been here 17 years now. Came from different industries throughout the world, and this is where I'm at now. But it's a really good place to work. We foster a lot the growth of the folks through education, right? If they want to go to school, it's employee tuition reimbursement programs. There's a lot of science involved here. There's a lot of engineering involved, so that the types of disciplines that you can learn here there's just a lot of them. We kind of promote that. Some of the young folks coming in, they're quite still trying to find their way in. We encourage them, maybe this is something you'd be interested in, or try to put them in, and then something will click, and they say, you know what, this is something looks really interesting. I've seen young people come in trying to figure it out, and they've ended up being software engineers, uh, process engineers, electrical engineers, and now they're solving problems for us. So it's a really good environment. It's really, really good. We did have gatherings with the Delaware Community School, and some of the folks that came in, I'm telling you, they took off. Once they saw what we did, they really got interested. One of the young guys finished his college in about 3 years. He had a full schedule, and he became one of the really high-level engineers that's helping us solve problems now. So it's a really good environment.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that, Armando.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else that you want to go over before we move to our next speaker?
Maybe just a little emphasis of what differentiates us. We support employees inside, create a good culture of inclusion, impact the science community, the societies we're in, and in the world, and then try to solve problems, right? That's what we do. So the instruments that we make to help other communities, other industries solve a problem for what we use them. It could be a safety, a quality, a medicine, the food, the water we drink. Now we're getting into solving, some of the stuff, the waste of the polymers. Can we do something different with that to try to make it a better world for everybody? For the Latinx community, participating, gathering with the CEOs, encouraging them, try to share the technical knowledge. It's just a lot of opportunity. If you want it, it's a lot of opportunity. It's here for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Armando, for diving in on this so we
You're
can learn a
welcome.
little bit more about waters today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we are going to speak to Nicole from EnerSys. Nicole, as I move you up to our main spotlight position, what would you like our audience members to know about you and EnerSys today? Oh, and when you want me to switch slides, just give me a heads up and I'll
let you know. Can you hear me, Meg?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Goss, and I am the Senior Director of DE&I and Talent at EnerSys. I've been with the company for quite some time and just celebrated my 15th year here. And I actually started as an HR administrative assistant. So I like to share that because I really, had a lot of development in my career here at EnerSys, and I think that that really applies to a lot of our employees. It's really one of our number one sources of our internal talent and moving them through the pipeline. So my responsibility entails talent acquisition, talent management and development, compensation, as well as diversity, equity, inclusion. So as far as EnerSys goes, we are the largest industrial battery manufacturer in the world. We do manufacturing, sales, service. We kind of run a full solution. We service customers in about 100 countries, and we have employees in about 38 to 40 countries. So we're pretty widespread. Our headquarters is in Reading, Pennsylvania. So we're about an hour from Philadelphia. And then we do have regional headquarters in Switzerland and Zug, as well as Singapore. So for EnerSys, what we do is we manufacture batteries, and they really run a large range of different kinds of energy solutions. So our motive power batteries, those are going to be items that are applications for forklift trucks, pallet jacks, things like that, more of that industrial equipment. But then our energy system, that's more things like our 5G, communications, broadband. Some of our customers are like Verizon, Comcast, things like that. And then our specialty line of business, that one's probably the most interesting. We make batteries for our military as well as NASA. The James Webb telescope that's up orbiting space right now, we actually, we're powering that, as well as medical devices. Things like our newest kind of type of batteries are lithium batteries, and those are helping us to power things like electric vehicles and things like that. So it's a really broad range of applications that we make. So that's just a little bit about the company and myself. Meg, if you want to advance to the next slide, I'll talk a little bit about our culture. So this is actually a screenshot of our current internal SharePoint page. We've recently revamped our core values. And one of the things that really at a senior level we've been trying to push is this concept of one EnerSys culture. EnerSys is, a company of a lot of acquisitions. So, sometimes it's hard to get out of, what your original company was, and really move to, that one culture. So in addition to that, we're also working towards becoming an employer of choice. So through our engagement surveys and our engagement efforts, we're trying to improve that image among our employee base. So we revamped our core values. You can see them here. I won't read through them. And one of the biggest enhancements really to them is one, to make sure that our employees all understand it. I think there was a bit of a disconnect. Not everyone really understood what our values were and why they were our values. And they were not embedded all the way down to the lowest level, within the organization. Our people managers, we wanted to really ensure that our people managers, there was expectations for them, and that they understood what their responsibility was as a people manager. That's a tough job, managing people, and especially in this economy today, retaining talent and acquiring talent. So we've been working on really enhancing and engaging our managers, enhancing their skills and engaging our managers to be better at that work that they're doing. The other thing to just mention is our values are rooted in a lot of our key principles. So sustainability is a more recent effort of ours. We have, obviously, being a battery manufacturer, we need to make sure that we're being really mindful of what we're putting out in the environment. So our water usage and electric consumption and all of that kind of thing. We report on all of this, and we want to make sure that we're being the best that we can. EOS, that is a concept that's really internal to the company, but it's what we call an EnerSys operating system. It's essentially lean manufacturing. So we're on a journey to really, for continuous improvement. So you'll see that as one of our core values. And then finally, a diversity, equity, and inclusion, which I know is important to all of us here. So this is a newer journey for us, probably about a year and a half, close to 2 years that we've been really enhancing our DE&I footprint. We've set, some goals for ourselves, to try to, have more diverse talent, within our female and multicultural talent. We're shifting to kind of a more community focus, partnering with our sustainability team. We recently, worked with an indigenous community actually in Arizona, where, we've provided them with our own battery solutions to help power their indigenous community. It was an Indian reservation. So it's things like that, trying to give back, to the world, really, to help make it a better place to both work within your community, and with each other. One last thing I'll say, and I just want to mention it because it was a meeting I had earlier today with our CEO, as well as our executive team. The one thing that I think is interesting about EnerSys is we're a pretty large company. It's over 10,000 employees, but we have a very much of a small business kind of feel. And we really feel like we're connected as a community, amongst all of the countries that we're in. So our CEO literally said that. And I just think it's worth mentioning because it does feel like it's a family. I think that's everything.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole, for that great look at EnerSys. I am getting a bunch of questions from people in the group chat here wondering, what companies are going to be in which rooms, how to pick their room. We're going to go over that again at the end of our main stage before we go into breakout sessions. But just so y'all are aware, you can search the company's open roles from the virtual job fair landing page. Just click on each one of the company names, whoever you're interested in, you can search their open roles there. And you're going to be picking a breakout room based on your skill set or the kind of jobs you're looking for, as opposed to by company. So instead of having to go to the Waters room and the Amex room and the EnerSys room, you will be able to go to the room that interests you skill set wise and have talk to company reps in there from the different companies that are hiring for those roles. So I hope that helps for y'all, but I'll keep replying in the chat as well, just in case. Thank you, Nicole. From Nicole, we're going to turn it over to the Expedia group and talk to Jasmine Duckworth. Jasmine, what would you like our audience members to know about Expedia group?
Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine Duckworth. Thank you, Meg, for introducing each one of us. I'm excited to share with you all a little bit more about Expedia Group and my journey here as well. I've been with Expedia Group not so long ago, because I heard some of you have been with your companies a little bit longer than I have, but I think the journey that I have received to be able to get here in the first place has been very essential. If you see from my bio here, starting from being an immigrant and coming, from Peru at a young age and being able to work also for a nonprofit for a few years and learn a little bit more about recruiting and doing impactful work, and then making my way to now at Expedia Group as a sourcing manager, I've learned a lot along the way, and I had kept my eye on Expedia Group for quite a bit as well. It's a global company, and I feel like it's such a diverse company because of that as well. And it feels like a community. You're able to find an office pretty much everywhere in the world. For us, you're able to learn a little bit more about who we are, the cultures. It's so inclusive, and I think it starts with that. A company that it's not only global, but it goes behind with what they represent and powering travel, for everyone in the world, not a certain community, not a certain country. It's everyone who is interested in, being part as a customer, learning a little bit more. I was a customer for so many years, and I'm still, I'm a customer as well. And I feel like I really value the work that Expedia Group does and the opportunity to just be here in the first place. And as I think you can see also from the top there of travel, it's not easy, and sometimes it can be hard and it can be so overwhelming. And we just saw it in this past few years as well. But I think at the same time, we believe that it opens so many doors. We believe that we can create a place of inclusion and diversity through that as well. And we take our work pretty seriously. We partner with different communities, we partner with different organizations. We want to make sure that we're not only creating an opportunity for people to travel, learn a little bit more about us, explore the world, but also internally thinking about our initiatives and the opportunities that we give, starting from our benefits that you'll see on the next page to all the work that we do internally as well, with from the trainings that we have that are very focused on I&D. They're very focused on learning a little bit more about what we do, questioning our work, and being able to continuously progress and help each other out. Like when you see here, like choosing fearlessly, like being able to just own your decisions, being able to know that it's okay to make mistakes sometimes. We all make mistakes, but I think like having that support as part of the culture has been huge. And also, again, I touched on this a little bit, but including consciously, like bringing people in as we work together, being able to be part of a team that you can see that your team, will all look differently, will all come from different backgrounds, but at the same time, we're bringing in those experiences, we're bringing in those skills and that value that you're able to bring and put forward. I feel it's very well received. And the trust that you develop and the opportunity that you feel and the trust that you get from your own people leaders as well, that to continue to move your work, continue to have those ideas in place. And yeah, I would just say about Expedia Group, it's a place that again does a lot of work that is reflected on the values that it brings. And you can see on the right side, I know a few of you also mentioned about the pet perks. So we do have that as well. We center all of our work and our values. We have a lot of travel discounts given that we are a travel company, and we have a lot of reimbursements. We are able to cover a lot of things to make your life and put wellness and put yourself first. And then being able to do the work that we want you to do and the support that we want you to have. Another thing that I wanted to mention is we just had a full month of caring in September. So every single place in the world where we work, where we have a team, came together, did a lot of volunteering, did a lot of service and opportunities that I saw. That's what actually kind of drew me into the work as well. I am very passionate about giving back. I'm very passionate about service. I started at a very young age to be able to do that. I found a way through service, and I mentioned this in my fireside chat 2 days ago, but I feel like the opportunity when you have like through being able to do community engagement and service, it doesn't matter, who you are, what you look like, if you have an accident, it's just like all these backgrounds, like you just come together through service and it's like a uniting force. And that's what happened last month. We were able to see this across the globe, just people feeling like they were able to connect, with a community, being able to learn a little bit about Expedia Group, being able to put forward a lot of our efforts and initiatives, and just creating such a huge impact. And just again, the work that we do. And I had a great candidate experience, was able to learn a lot about the values throughout my process. And if, I think I mentioned this as well, but in my first few months at Expedia Group, I was able to join different programs, like the diversity sourcing program. I was able to join an IBG and become part of the board of our local chapter and create events and partner with other people internally as well. All of that within like the first few months. And I feel like to be able to be trusted in the work that you do and the value that you bring already, I think it's huge. And that's something that really resonated with me, just like the opportunities for growth, the opportunities that you have a place in this global company but at the same time that you're able to, you're motivated and you're encouraged to continue to move forward and grow in so many ways. And I think that's something that Expedia Group does so well. And it just has so much power to be able to open doors for so many people that that look like me and have like similar experiences as well. So I, like, again, you know, I was an immigrant. I'm Peruvian. I came to this country not knowing English, not really having a network, and being able to have those opportunities in place have been huge. And for a company that reflects that and supports that and encourage leaders to look like us and to be able to have those opportunities, I think it's great. But yeah, I'm excited, you know, to be in this space with all of you, and just looking forward to even sharing a little bit more about what we do.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for that inside look at Expedia Group. We're going to keep moving to our final few presenters, and then we're going to kick off our Q&A session. It should be in about 8 minutes. The Q&A session obviously is going to precede the breakout sessions. So if you are excited to speak to our recruiters in a smaller setting, absolutely stick around for the breakout sessions. I do also see a bunch of people in the chat sharing their LinkedIn profile links. That is awesome. We love to see y'all connecting with each other. I shared a link just now in the chat for another place that y'all could connect with each other, just because obviously once the Zoom meeting is over today, that whole chat is going to disappear and you wouldn't have those links. So I shared a link in the chat room in the Zoom chat for our community space. It's basically like a Slack or AOL Instant Messenger if you're like me and old enough to remember that. But that is another place that y'all could connect with each other and share links and stuff, but it won't disappear at the end of the event. So just as an FYI. All right, next up, we are going to hear from Brandon about United Health Group. Brandon, what would you like to share about UGH with our audience today?
Thank you so
UHG.
That's okay. Thank you so much, Meg. Good morning or good afternoon from wherever you are in the world. My name is Brandon Nadi. I'm a senior recruiter for diversity, equity, inclusion, and external partnerships. I support our early career campus engagement and recruiting, and I am delighted to be with you all today. So United Health Group is a global healthcare and well-being company with a mission to help people live healthier lives and make the health system work better for everyone. We are well over 340,000 colleagues globally. And I just looked at our career website today. We have 7,063 job opportunities. So absolutely apply. So as I've listened to many of my colleagues think very thoughtfully about the different roles, I say, why UHG? Well, next month is my 1-year anniversary. I would have been with United Health Group for 1 year. So I'm super excited. And one of the things that comes to mind is, you know, the flexibility. I work a remote opportunity from home, the comfort of my own home. I'm based in Washington, D.C., but that's one thing that I'm super excited about. And, you know, UHG, as we commonly refer to our company, we were on the cutting edge well before COVID for those telecommute opportunities. So look for those remote roles if you're interested in working in that space. Additionally, too, our employee resource groups are incredibly important. You may be hearing this throughout the theme of today, and really having that feeling of belonging, feeling like you've got a village is incredibly important, especially if you're new to an organization. I also think about our core values. We've got a number of them, but my favorites are innovation and performance. It gives you a unique opportunity to be involved, and that's incredibly important. I'm going to speak really briefly on our early career opportunities. We've got a plethora of them, but I do support our early career space. So when you think of early careers, most people think, oh, okay, well, I'm in college, getting ready to graduate. And that's kind of true, but it actually is expanded. So if you're pursuing your bachelor's, your master's, even your PhD, or if you've been out of college for at least 2 years, let's say, you still fall within that early career category. We have a number of opportunities in the internship space. We've got rotational programs and full-time roles. Meg, if you could go to slide 23 for me. Oh, 23. I think it's just the opportunities for everyone. It just kind of has a sample of what our jobs are.
I only have two
Oh,
slides.
you just have those two?
No yeah, worries. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Otherwise, I
That's
absolutely
okay.
would. But, yeah.
So we've got to get a number of different roles and opportunities that I would love for you all to engage in. I'm going to stop and I'm going to ask everyone, absolutely everyone who's interested, add me on LinkedIn. I will communicate with you. I certainly have a conversation. Check out our cool QR code too about our opportunities. My colleagues and I are thrilled to share about the plethora of roles literally at your fingertips. In our breakout sessions, I encourage you to lean in, ask questions, but most importantly, apply today. Thanks, Meg.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Brandon. Super excited to get that inside look at UHG. And there are people asking in the comment section here for LinkedIn profiles and stuff. I'll start grabbing links for our various presenters. But please feel free, presenters, if you want to drop your LinkedIn connection, if you want to drop your LinkedIn info in the chat box, you are welcome to do so. All right, next we're going to talk to Michael Rutho from Dassault Systems. Michael, you are a returner to the stage, so I know that you are going to kick this out of the park. What should our audience know about Dassault Systems today?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Meg. Thanks to everybody else on the panel. And Brandon, you're a tough act to follow because I could feel your passion and your energy. So I love that. And thank you to all the career seekers that are on here for your time today. A bit about myself. I've been with Dassault Systems for 8 years. We are known as the 3D Experience organization or 3D Experience platform. Essentially, we are 11 brands across 12 industries. And think about anything that you might do in your day-to-day life. We touch aspects of people's lives. So, for example, we could have part of our simulation tool doing simulations for a jet plane and checking out the wingspan and how that would work out in a virtual environment for the wingspan, all the way to consumer packaged goods where we might be demonstrating a plastic shampoo bottle and how that will be in your shower and how that will fit and how that will look on an end cap. And one of the things that I think is really cool is we have something called the Living Heart Project. And again, if you like technology and innovation, that's a big part of our company. And I always say to folks, if that's what you thrive on, this is the type of industry to be in. But we have something called the Living Heart Project where they've taken a model of a heart and they're using it in a teaching environment. And the ultimate goal is that if they needed to simulate one of our hearts, if one of us needed heart surgery, that they're able to take that simulation, that model, and navigate through it before they actually have perform a surgery on us. So our technology and our products are amazing. As I mentioned before, I've been with the company 8 years. I'm a senior talent acquisition partner. We are in over 160 locations worldwide. We are just over 22,000 employees globally. We are expected to grow to about 44,000 employees by 2026. One of our commitments and our goals is to continue to develop our women in leadership at Dassault Systems. So we are looking to grow to 35% of our leaders to be female leaders. In terms of diversity and inclusion, I'll share straightforward. I think there's a lot of work that we need to do and a lot of work that's been done. So about 5 years ago, I was asked to join a group that was starting out of a pride group for Dassault Systems. And it really was a brown bag type of lunch where folks met as part of the LGBTQ plus community and allies. And there was probably about 5 of us when we started at the time. I'm happy to say that we've grown to about 30, and it's one of the ERGs that kind of came out from a natural root cause or grassroots. We are continuing in the last year. We've created a diversity and inclusion statement. We now have 5 pillars of diversity, which you can view on our career page. And in terms of Latinidad in particular, one of our brands is called Medidata, and we have a group called LOLA through Medidata. And LOLA stands for Latinos Organized for Learning and Advancing. So we're continuing to grow all of our different resources and ERG groups. We have a lot of work to do, but the exciting part about it is it's kind of starting, we can only go up from where we're going. And that's the piece that I love. We have 4 core values that I just want to share with everybody. And if we challenge the status quo, we can imagine new horizons to improve the world. If we bring our community together, we can build harmony to achieve our goals. If we have the passion to learn, we can expand creativity to navigate the future. And if we show the dream is possible, we can inspire people to create it. And one of the things I wanted to highlight on with that last, I'm not sure if you can see it, but that last core value, if we can show the dream is possible. This is a lanyard that we launched. We took some lead from our Euro North group. And basically the lanyard is a Pride lanyard for anybody that's part of the Pride community or an ally. And we asked folks to wear the lanyard and take a pledge. And the pledge is basically just being a good ally. And to me, it's one step in the right direction, because I hope to see a lanyard like this for every group, for every background, for every group that might be underrepresented. And as we continue to grow diversity and intersectionality of diversity at DS, I think it's a great thing to have. And the last thing I wanted to mention is we do have over 147 nationalities of people at DS. So if you're looking for an innovative company, you're looking for a company that's making progress on diversity, equity, and inclusion, whether you're entry-level career, whether you're a senior software developer, I'd love to connect with you as well. And we're going to have representatives from DS in each of the breakout rooms. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Michael. I just realized I wasn't able to switch to your second slide, so I'm going to put that up here in case
No
people
worries.
want to see this. All right, thank you so much, Michael. I always enjoy hearing hearing from you about Dassault, and it was absolutely resonating with the audience members as well. So thank you all for that. Okay, we've got two presenters, sorry, our last presenter, last but not least, we are going to speak to Ashton about Aero Electronics. Ashton, if you would like to take it away, what should our audience know about you and Aero Electronics today?
Hey everyone, my name is Ashton. I am a senior technical recruiter here with Aero Electronics, and I've been with the company a little bit over a year. Right now I do want to take some time just to really speak about Aero and let you know a little bit more about the company, because it is a beast. Every day I'm learning something new about this company, which is really exciting because I feel like it just really keeps me on my toes. But a little bit about Aero and the company. Aero Electronics is really here to guide innovation forward for our over 220,000 leading technology manufacturers and service providers. In 2021, so last year, we had sales of $34.38 billion. And Aero's main goal is to develop technology solutions that improve businesses and daily life for everybody out there. We definitely believe in helping the benefits of technology reach as many people as possible. So for example, from the moment that you wake up, Aero Technologies is going to touch you at some point of your life. From the moment that you're making your coffee to when you get on your cell phone, you're never going to see us. You'll never actually see one of our products, but we have helped create those by working with different suppliers, working with different partners to create those products. So again, we have over 220,000 customers. As a company, we have over 20,000 employees throughout 53 countries. Some of the industries that we work with are going to be aerospace and defense, medical, industrial, consumer, transportation, data centers, security, IoT, business intelligence, cloud, lighting, power, and mobility. And then a couple things that I think make Aero unique is again, we believe in bringing that technology that will make life easier for everyone. If you check out our website or our LinkedIn page, you're going to see some of the things that we've been giving back on. So examples of technology that we've helped served. One of my favorites is the semi-autonomous mobility. We helped a gentleman that was, a paraplegic. He was unable to walk, actually get back into a race car, and we helped create the devices that helped him, start racing again and moving on his own, which was very impressive. So a lot of really cool things you can find on our website. Couple other things, and I know we're running short on time and everything too, but diversity and inclusion is also a very big initiative for us too. I feel like a lot of companies are definitely working on this, on a daily basis. But we feel here that every employee creates a diverse footprint and is selected for their unique abilities and backgrounds. But we believe that everybody has one thing in common, and that's the collective commitment towards creating an innovative workplace. So everybody that comes to work here at Arrow, we feel like has their own, they have their own background, they have their own experiences, whether that's new to businesses, new ideas, or they've been in the business for 20 plus years. We want to talk to everyone and have them come and help create their ideas that help push Arrow forward. And then, we are definitely committed to gender equality. In 2015, we actually set a goal to increase gender diversity globally as well, and women in executive leadership positions, and we've increased that by 5% year over year. Couple other things of why you should join us. We feel that people are our most valued asset. Obviously, all of our great ideas are going to come from everybody in a different area of the business, and their different ideas and backgrounds. And then, one of the main things too that we do feel is you can start anywhere, and Arrow will help you grow into the future of what is possible. So our main priority is that we feel that we're 5 years out. We never want to get too ahead in the future. We just want to stay 5 years and really make sure that everything that we're working on is going to be attainable and not out of reach. We work as one Arrow, and then if you work hard, you can really do anything that you want to do here within Arrow. A lot of our teams will listen to you. You can internally transfer. We have a lot of promotions from within, different lateral moves to see different segments of the business. So it's all really great. And on top of that, we do have some wonderful benefits that I just want to touch on really quickly too. We have unlimited time off. We have a healthcare marketplace for people throughout the US, 401k match as well. And then, we have different voluntary benefits to meet your individual needs, telemedicine, backup childcare and elder care, your HSAs, HRAs. So really great.
All right. I think we might have lost. Oh, Ashton, you went on mute. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, only for about the last 2 sentences.
Thank goodness. I was just really nervous.
Oh no, there's no. As soon as I heard the audio cut off, I was like, she done? I can't see my video. No, find her. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, Ashton, for that great peek into Arrow Technologies. Now, Arrow Electronics. Before we dive into our Q&A sessions, I just want to say thank you to all of our speakers for taking the time to share with us about your respective orgs.